Hey, welcome everybody. We are live. It is me, Nick Wood, and I'm joined by the beautiful Adaire Palmer, all the way from Brisbane, on the boat, as we know. So it's the great England-Australia cook-off today. And today, Adaire, what are we doing today?
How are you, Nick? It's an absolute pleasure to be here again. And we didn't make last week, so we've sort of jumped a week, and here we are. It just seems like so long ago, yet such a short time since you just showed off your school of cookery and made me go, well, I'm on a boat. But we can talk about that. There you go. He's not to be disappointed. He's doing it again. So we go. Hi, Christina. How are you? Great to see you here. Now, last fortnight we asked for some ingredients, and we'll keep doing that to just say throw out random ingredients, you know, celery, sultanas, pumpkin, whatever, and we'll take up the challenge. And last fortnight, one of the main ingredients that was thrown out into the ether was lentils. And while we didn't decide exactly what we were going to do with the lentils, we just said, let's make something with lentils. It turns out we're both making patties.
Yes, well, I like the idea of a lentil. I've never made one before in my life, and so I wanted to try. It's one of those things. We were joking during the week about, you know, when we were growing up, lentils were like hippie food. That was it. You know, you had to be. You had people that ate lentils with long hair. They smelt of cheese and things like that. So
goat's cheese, no less. Who remembers the young ones? Yeah. So Nick and I were having this. Who's going to be Neil and who's going to be Vivian? I'm not quite sure if we decided who was who, but can I give a shout out to my sister Sue-Ann? Thanks for joining us, Sue-Ann. And what you can do is share the love. And Christina, would be great if you could share the love as far and as wide as you can, because we love to have lots of people laugh with us, not at us. And Sue's saying nice top. And can I just share the reason why I'm wearing this top is because of. Go on.
No, I love it. No, I love that top.
Well, the first time we had when I challenged Nick to a cook-off, I had no idea that he was a what did you call it? A qualified chef and caterer. Is that your title?
Yeah, I've I had a diploma in gourmet cooking and
cooking.
Yeah, and I spent a little time at the Raymond Blanc cookery school as well. Hence my little chefy wife.
Hence the. Well, see, I can't compete with that. And I say every time we get together, Nick, that if I knew that, it wouldn't be like it totally. If you asked me, it totally would have been a hustle. But because I had no idea that I just challenged a chef to a cook-off, I figure what I lack in talent, I'll make up for in colour. And great time to do a shout out to Luke Maley, who's designed this shirt. He's a good friend of both myself, and he went to school with Nige, so he's a long time friend of my partner Nige, who happens to be producing tonight. So shout out to you. Thanks, babe.
Nice one, Nige. This is what we like. Now, I've got to admit, as always, you know, we are big lovers of the Be Live app for live streaming, third-party live streaming. So I've got the auto comments switched on. So hopefully, as people comment, so like Suzanne's comment just popped up automatically, because my bit of kit is upstairs. So maybe when Adaire's doing some special cooking tips, I might nip upstairs and switch some comments around and see. But if you're watching
Don't leave me.
But if you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, we are also on Amazon as well. This is what professional live streamers do. We're on Amazon as well, Amazon live stream influencers. So you can pop over, you can, I can't show the link, but if you type in for me, nickwood.live, that will take you to the Amazon link. Adaire, what is your link for?
I've just popped it in the comments thread in the mytimetv.live page. I think that's what we've got over there. Your My Time is the channel that you're helping me stream through, and it's also the Amazon link. It's called Amazon mytimetv.live at Amazon over there. I don't have a fancy pants website link just yet, but I'm that close. So
it'll be coming.
You can see that's come up. Yeah, you can see that's come up in the comments thread there now. So it's amazon.com/shop/mytimetv.live.
Perfect. And also I can see our good friend Stephen Healy is watching on Amazon as well. Hi, Stephen.
Hello, Stephen.
I can't actually comment on Amazon because I didn't physically log in, and my phone is the camera today. So we like to do
his arms aren't long enough to reach upstairs.
Yeah, it does make life a little bit more tricky, but that's okay. We're off, we're running, and it's all good.
Tell us about the kitchen. What's happening in your kitchen?
Okay, well, I prepared my lentils earlier. Let's pop them in the right camera. So these are just green lentils. I had to soak them overnight. I soaked them overnight, and then basically I washed them down, rinsed them off, put them into cold water, and I added some cloves and some cardamom pods and a little vegetable stock cube. I brought it all up to the boil and then simmered it for 30 minutes. And they are now nice and plump and tender lentils. So that's my
producer's dozed off. Can you show us? I'm standing here holding the pot.
Yeah, did you give your producer a...
He's concentrating ways. I've got mush. Look, yours always looks really nice and mine's just mush. But there you go. There's my red lentils. Can I ask, is there a particular reason why you used green lentils?
Yes, because that's what I had.
Okay, beautiful. You can put it back now.
I mean, the recipe, I know, and I've got to admit, and Stephen, we were chatting yesterday, I'm going the full vegan on this recipe today. So I'm going to be binding it with basically its own juices and some juices of some other things and almond flour. But yeah, it would work on with red lentils or green lentils. Adaire, this, I mean, and I say, I've never cooked a lentil patty before, so it's a kind of a recipe as you go. So I've got my whiteboard. I've got my whiteboard here, so I'm going to be writing it down. So far I've got lentil patties, green lentils, 360 grams, and this is a great little whiteboard, particularly if you're cooking. It means that I can actually read a recipe instead of actually trying to put my glasses on and rushing up to the screen and saying, "Oh, how many months did I do of that?" So I'm going to be writing the recipe down, and this is, great. This is courtesy of Max Tech. Is the people that sent me this. Beautiful. It's really, really robust, really sturdy.
Okay.
And
that's available on Amazon, no doubt.
Pictures on one side. Yeah, yes, it's in this carousel. So
in the carousel. So just have a look at the carousel
of that. Okay. So yeah, comes with a 10-year warranty.
Beautiful. All right.
So what are you? How are you? I've got a little fly popped in. So Adaire, what have you got for your ingredients?
I have red lentils, and for the very same reason as you have green. It's because that's all I had on my list. I knew when you said I do have some almond meal, but when you said you were going to use almond meal, I thought what I'll do is that the police barge behind us? It's all singing, all dancing out here. It makes a bit of a racket. So when you said you were going to use almond meal, what I thought I'd do is I would dig out some of this plain flour here, and it's gluten-free plain flour. So there's not, hang on, I just show up here. There we are. So just a brand name, whatever. But I thought I have that there. I haven't opened the almond meal. You can use coconut flour to bind it as well. And I had read somewhere that you could use Have you ever cooked with quinoa?
Oh yes, I have.
Yeah. So quinoa would be a good glue to help bind it as well. So I am using a couple of eggs because that's my want, and I've got a few. Can we have the camera over here? We need a. Okay, and so if you see over here, I've got a few bits and pieces that I prepared earlier. Well, I haven't prepared earlier. I got them out of the fridge. It's got a bit of celery, which I'm going to chop up. Grate some carrot, I think just for a couple of veggies in there, and plus I have extra celery that I need to get rid of, and carrots. These are garlic chives. These are out of my garden, which I've shown off before. I have some basil out of the garden, and this poor little thing. Look at this. It's such a sad sack. My coriander, what I have has gone to seed, and I'm hoping it will grow again. Look at the eggs go nuts. It looks like something's trying to jump out of them. That's the boat rocking. They may end up cracking themselves. So
yeah, that could be scrambled eggs. No dramas.
Scrambled eggs. Yeah, no worry about lentil patties. So that's a tiny bit of coriander. Yeah.
I'm impressed because I struggle to grow coriander. I have a real issue with it, and I absolutely love it.
I don't think you're an orphan there, Nick, but I've got 1, 2, 3 lots of coriander in different stages of disintegration. Only one lot is going to seed now. We are really. I don't know if you can see behind me. See, there's a light behind me there. Not the ring lights, but this.
Yeah, it does. It looks like. Have you got a storm brewing? I know you had a little issue, guys. You would not believe this. Before we went live, Adaire had to go and secure her boat. We could have had Adaire just drifting off into the sea.
What? And I kept my headphones on, so I think Nick heard every swear word that I said. And there was more than a few.
Some words there I didn't understand. That is true. They must have been particularly Australian.
We got it from you, you know that. It was. What happened was I've got my houseboat, my car boat. When the car boat is attached you walk out a little door and you step. The theory is you step down into the car boat, but the front rope, because it was just looped around a cleat and it's been jumping. It's been quite windy here, and it came off the cleat, and the boat, instead of sitting like that against the houseboat, it swung around and was smacking against the back. So I could secured the front of the car boat to the back of the houseboat, but then the back of the car boat was still tied to the front anyway. So I had to climb in it and fix it. But it's all done now, and it's floating out the back, and it's not hitting anything, which is good. So
yeah, I really hope. Yeah,
you had front row audio to that, didn't you?
I did. It was fascinating, but I hope it is. I hope you are all tied down. If you do need to rush out and tie down anything, obviously I win by default. Cool. So look, I'll just run through my quick ingredients then. So I've got the lentils in the pan. I've got some what do I call that? Almond flour, a white onion. I thought for a little bit of taste and maybe to make them more juicy, maybe a bit of grapes. And I thought some grapes. I know. I like to put grapes and stuff. And I thought some carrot as well. So I thought the grapes would make them a little bit sweet. Because what do you do? This is the thing. This is my big worry there, having not cooked lentils for a while. What do you do to actually give them some flavour? Because they're, as I say,
the herbs is good. This is my go-to, and you'll see it on I've just featured it on my Amazon now. It's Vegeta. This is my go-to for everything. It's vegetable stock, and you'd love it because it's got your word on it. Gourmet. Vegeta. But I think what happens also, I've got a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, which I thought I would bung in there as well, and see how that goes. And if I can dig it out, maybe even some tomato paste. I don't know. But,
I was wondering about myself actually. I like it.
Do you have some tomato paste?
Fortunately, I do. So
yes, one I didn't prepare earlier.
Yeah, I'll add that to my list. So I need to add this to my list of ingredients.
I've got some basil pesto. I wonder if that would work.
Oh, that would work. I think. Yeah, I think that would be good.
I'm just going to run through here. You know what I'm going to use? This is, and here's a shout out to, I know we're on Amazon, but I've got a friend of mine who does gourmet chutneys, and she has, just wait till my producer gives me some camera over here. And shout out to you, Alison, because they have got this really cool, it's called Two Witches. And this is pineapple and chili chutney. And I think if I put some of that in, hang on, if you can you see? Oh, you might be able to see it on the lid.
Yeah, looks good.
Called Two Witches. I don't know if you can see that properly. There we go.
Yeah, nice.
So I think I'll put some of that in instead of grapes, but that's something that she sent me a few different flavors, and they're all just delicious. So maybe we could get her to put them on Amazon and see how we go. All right, so we get into it now.
Yeah, I'm just writing my my recipe. So I've got green lentils, 1 onion, grate, 2 carrots, 20 grams of almond flour.
Yeah.
Tomato paste or puree.
I have a question.
And,
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you did the spaghetti bolognese, you used a red onion, and you said you used a red onion for a bit more sweetness.
I did.
Now, not that I hang on every word you say, Master Gourmet Chef Cook, but I am learning a lot, and I'm curious as to why you're not using the red onion today, if you're looking for a bit of sweetness.
Because apart from the grapes, obviously, which is sweet, the carrots will be sweet.
Yep.
They get nice sweetness. And also, because the lentils are really, really robust and quite earthy, I thought a white onion would probably be a little bit more, give it a bit more pop, a little bit more flavour.
Okay.
This is the thing. Yeah. I'm genuinely worried about getting enough flavour into these patties, and the reason I'm genuinely worried is because this is my lunch. So, I
was going to say, Nick, that's a first world problem.
It is, isn't it? It's a shocking first world to have. So I better get a chopping board.
Okay.
I'm wondering what I might use my. I've got the big boy. Oh, look, I've got a bottle of Bacardi. That's quite cool.
Is it too early for a slug? I'll tell you, if I had some alcohol here after that last little adventure, I'd be knocking back a shot or two. That was a bit scary.
So I've got my Ninja processor, so I'm wondering about I might process the onion and the carrot.
Can't help himself.
And actually, to add flavour.
I was going to get my processor out, Nick, and I may well do that at some point.
Yeah.
Now, you can see I've been chefering all my life and cooking all my life, and I can do this. So it looks like I think I just stabbed myself. But,
Yeah. And I've also got a quick shout out to my friend Melissa, Madam Chili, what's her name?
Oh, that looks
Madam
good.
Chili Sydney. She does these Thai chili snacks, Madam Chili, over in Sydney. She ships them all over the world. So she ships them to me. Yes. Yeah, she ships them to me. Absolutely gorgeous, and they're hot as hell, but they're gorgeous. So I'll be adding some of those as well. I get a chopping board then, Adaire.
You need a chopping board. Oh, chili! I didn't get chili out.
There you go. Oh, actually, I've actually been growing some lovely green chilies in my lounge. And so I might try one of those as well. I've got a feeling though they're going to be as hot as hell. So thank you, Stephen, for manning the chat in my Amazon page. Thank you so much. Adaire is from Cuchimuldo Island in Australia, and I'm sunny Farnborough in Hampshire. So do let us know where you're watching from. That's always good.
Yes,
and as I say, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, then obviously you've got Adaire's link to her Amazon page in the comments, and my link is just type into your browser nickwood.live and you will be taken straight there, and you can see the things that we're using. We're not using all the things in the carousel today, but I'll be using a few. So, right, let's get started. And I guess I better get a folder.
And also, please do remember to...
That's a tidy
turn down your volume, because things are likely to fall out of cupboards and make noises. But no, that's so I'm joking about that. Please do remember to invite your friends and family along, because the more the merrier. And we love to have our audience do a little bit of judging on who, as I like to stack the audience. So please come along, all my friends, because I'm against a chef here and I need your help.
No, I think you're fairly safe today, Adaire.
No, that's what you.
I think you're very safe today, actually.
That's what you said last time, and the time before, and the time. No,
but normally you do have a little history of some self-sabotage, Adaire, where you add a little sprinkle of chili, and the next thing we know, the entire pot.
My mouth is on fire. Yes. But, that's not a little history. That's a long history of that. Anyone who's tasted my cooking will know that I'm very heavy-handed on the chili.
Oh, right.
And then there's that story about using cayenne pepper to dust the potatoes when I was roasting them instead of paprika. That was an accident, though. I was drinking wine while I was cooking the roast.
I remember watching a Gordon Ramsay TV show once, and he was talking about men and barbecues, and he said, you wouldn't have a beer when you're cooking just a roast dinner normally. And I'm thinking, yeah, I probably would.
You probably would.
While I cook, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just one or two.
I
think that's standard. That's standard in Australia, though.
That's it, isn't it? I don't know whether did you ever see? I don't know whether he was in Australia or not. We had a great TV chef back in the 80s, when I was but a young man, Keith Floyd, and he used to always have a big old slurp of red wine when he was cooking, and I kind of like to keep that tradition going. Keith Floyd. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I remember Keith. But so Anne's her comment's still on there saying nice top, but that's okay.
I know. I might have to just nip upstairs and take that comment off.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm sure she meant it, and she will continue to mean it.
So, yeah. She hasn't actually gone off it yet, then, Saran.
Yeah. Yeah, we talk clothes all the time.
Nice. So look, it's just a little fine dice of a white onion. Nice and easy. Let's take it back to the core. That's quite nice.
All right.
The little chunks of onion in our patty. Pop in. That's half a white onion. Maybe in the bowl. Put the grapes in last. Let's just have a quick weigh out of 50. Let's say 50. No, I said 20 grams. 20 grams of our flour. I'll put that in last. Do the carrots first of all. Do you peel your carrots, or do you peel your carrots, or you just grate them?
Did you say peel them?
Yeah.
No, I just grate them.
Yeah.
Apparently, all the goodness is what's just under the skin. I'm sure it's not all the goodness. Do you fill yours?
I was going to fill mine, but you know what? I'm going to bow to your superior patty knowledge and just grate mine. I should have got a bigger grater out, but never mind. But I didn't go
have
back
a choice
into that
of this
cupboard.
grater or this grater.
Yeah.
Sorry?
I didn't go back into that cupboard for fear of other things falling out. But whenever I'm grating something, it always reminds me of a stupid joke that I was told years and years ago about the.
All right, is it a dad joke?
It is. It's a dad joke. It's about the blind man that picked up a cheese grater, said it was the most violent book he'd ever read.
Oh my God!
I know. I could feel the tumbleweed.
The blind man who picked up a cheese grater and said it's the most violent book he ever read. That is such a dad joke.
I know, it was awful, wasn't it?
It is such a dad joke. If you're over on Amazon, please say hi. Have a look at the carousel. We've got some few bits and pieces over there, just featuring some knives at the moment. If you're in the market for some saucepans, there's some saucepans there as well. And what I've done also, never letting a chance go by, is you'll see behind me here, there are some kombucha bottles. I normally make up kombucha, and I have the kombucha sitting back here waiting to be bottled. And there would have been, but it actually fermented rather fast this time. So I bottled it, and there's swing lid bottles that you can get. And I've also got, just taking us off track a little bit, Nick, on my channel. You see I've got some scobies there. So you can buy a SCOBY, and it's the SCOBY is what actually makes the fermentation, and kombucha is just tea and sugar, fermented tea it is, and you put the sugar in, but the SCOBY eats all the sugar and causes it to ferment. And now I put in here, I've got some berries in this one, and I've got some lemon scented myrtle and berries in this one. And I've got this one had ginger in it. This one's got ginger and kaffir lime leaves.
Oh, nice.
So, and they're all, the lemon scented myrtle and the kaffir lime leaves, they came from my daughter's garden. So, and so did the green salad that I'm going to be using tonight as well when I've made the patties. So very, very nice. Yes.
Nice.
So if you're looking at getting into
probiotic. Nice. Oh, yeah, we lost your camera. Where are you gone? Actually, well, hopefully we'll get your camera back up. I'll have to nip upstairs very quickly then to control. Yeah, do a refresh. I also like to say hi, James. That is James Wood. I can see watching from Beverley in Yorkshire. Nice one, James. A new father to lovely Charlie. Congratulations, James and Kate. And yeah, made me a very proud great uncle. So thanks for watching that, James. And it's gone a bit fuzzy on the feed. So I'm just going to hopefully. Adaire can just refresh and we'll be rejoined. So let's just hope. I shall be back in 2 shakes. Keep chatting amongst yourselves. I might just need to let Adaire back in. So this all goes a bit tits.
There we are. Okay. Christina says she was blessed with homemade chili from her friend's mother. Half a teaspoon packs a punch. Yeah. So you like the hot stuff as well, Christina? Really cool. Okay. So now Nick's gone. And you get me. Oh, he's back. I see some of the chefs, they go like this and they chop like this, and I go, gee, I wonder how many people have lost fingers. I remember you saying this story, Nick, if you come on, probably on his way back downstairs now, but he was saying, telling us this story about a friend of his, or a fellow student, when they were doing the cooking, and he ended up just about chopping his whole finger off.
Oh yes.
I think
that was. I was going to say that was quite funny. It wasn't funny for the poor chap. Obviously, he was.
Wasn't not funny. Ha ha. It'd be more funny. Ew.
It was a bit. Hey, he lived. You know, he lived. So sorry, Adaire. What were you saying about chopping? Why chefs put their?
I was just saying about having your fingers like this and chopping like this. I was watching one of our local comedian chefs, and he was doing it, and I'm going, it just, I don't know whether he does it really slow and they speed it up, because he doesn't put like I should learn how to do one.
Yeah, I've got to admit, there's, you know, I do like, it's quite cool to do fast chopping, but I value my fingers too much, so I go quite slow, because you know, you actually want a nice, you actually want your chopping to be good. So here's my ingredients in the bowl so far. So
chopping to be good, and you want all your fingers on your hand by the time you're finished. All right, so
you do indeed.
now I'm going to do this chili. And I'm not throwing my stuff out the door tonight, because I've got there's a cord across the door, and it's very windy when I open the door.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's looking very colourful. How I bring that round to a pate, I'm not sure. So let's just, as always.
So what did you say, Nick? What did you say that you're going to use? You're doing all vegan. So what did you say you were going to use to bind it that wasn't like, because I'm using an egg or 2 eggs.
I'm using a little bit of almond flour, and because it's quite moist in there, the onion and the carrot. And I say I've got a couple of grapes, so I'll use almond flour. Might put a squeeze of lemon in as well. That'll just give it another little peppy, you know. So let's try and get a little bit of flavouring.
Ooh.
Well,
not to be outdone.
Yeah, let's whack a few grapes in as well. So
just
water them. Hopefully they'll be okay. Don't want to.
Yeah, Christina's saying she loves her chili. Loves her chili.
We do love a bit of chili, I have to say.
Okay.
Yeah, although Melissa's chili is just so hot. She was amazed. I gave her a glowing review on Facebook, and she was amazed that I actually like them because they're so hot.
Oh, really? Well, they'd probably be right up my tree, I think.
But as a young man, I mean, any curry that was hotter than a korma, I would struggle with. I was the real curry wuss, you know. My mates would be eating these farls and triple farls, whatever they're called, and sweating, you know.
Anything that was remotely like made your head sweat, I was out. Definitely not. Sorry.
Of course. Chef's privilege.
Okay.
Nice little bacon.
So I think I've gone a bit overboard on the hang on, let me see. Still trying to figure out angles here. A bit overboard on the garlic chives, so I'll probably only use half of those.
Yeah, you might have gone a little bit too much. Okay, so measuring up. This is a Salter digital. I don't know if it's in the carousel, but it's a Salter digital scales. You just put your bowl on, press it to 0, and that way it will just measure from 0. So that's. Oh, I had a bit more than I thought. So I'm changing the recipe as I go along. That's 40 grams now of almond flour. Maybe I should have sifted it as well. Who knows?
Oh.
We're going to find out.
No, I don't know if I would have sifted it. I reckon some parsley would be nice in here, but the parsley and the coriander isn't going, like they're two herbs that are still taking getting a foothold on the boat. Yeah. So
yeah. This is looking remarkably like a lentil salad now. So.
Put it in the fry pan and cook it, and that.
Now, I was wondering, I might actually.
Yeah, so is mine.
Because I've got some, I'm going to pop a little bit of walnut pieces in.
Don't make me dig out the walnuts too.
So I'll try and chop these up without slicing my fingers as well.
I reckon that's enough basil. Basil can be a bit overpowering. I love the taste of it. It really can at times. So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but I've got, and you said you've got coriander in yours as well, haven't you? I love coriander.
Oh, I have. Yeah, I think coriander and lentils really lend themselves not well. I can't even. Do remember, if you're watching, say hi and let us know where you're watching from, and also please make sure you get your friends and family involved, because we'd like to know what's what we're doing for next week.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Next week.
Let us know, because let us know what ingredients you want us to take on, and then we can put it all together. And and at the end of this, I'll just wash my hands quickly. But at the end of this, we will put up our recipes. Obviously, mine is a totally brand new recipe, never been tried before. So we'll get that up, because my lovely little chocolate brownie that I
saw that.
My goodness!
Oh,
so many people got the recipe. So that's
well, I want to know figure out how to cook it without an onion, and I'm there. And without an oven. I can't even say the word.
Oh, look, my nephew James on Amazon says, thanks for the shout out, Nick. I caught James and new father, but the rest was drowned out by Charlie crying. He prefers milk-based recipes, I think. And actually, James was a chef as well. He did a bit of chefing, James, I recall.
Dear, well, that's a bit interesting. I'm not at all intimidated.
No, Christina, that's a comment and a half. Many moons ago, my brother-in-law thought he would have me make a spectacle of myself. Oh, with the kids, yeah. Sorry, yeah, you read that one. Yeah, that was I did that to someone once. Well, the story I tell actually two things. I went to a curry house, and I was so drunk I thought the chilies were green beans, and I was saying, who puts green beans in a jalfrezi? Took a great big mouthful. Oh my goodness.
Oh dear, sorry, that sounds like it could have been. I love it. She says she didn't flinch when she had a spoonful of the freshly pulped chili with a tiny silver spoon. Her brother-in-law thought it was mild and had a spoonful himself. 3 schooners later, his mouth was still numb. Is that not karma? Right back at you, huh?
Yeah,
that's so funny. Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just going to bung in a bit of flour. I'll sprinkle it in, which is probably the equivalent to sifting. No, it's as close as sifting as it's going to get.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a little bit more flour, because mine is just not binding at the moment. Let's have a. What was that? That was 40. Let's put a bit more in.
I need a bigger plate, I think, a bigger dish.
Another 30. And
I know.
hopefully that.
I'm going to get all messy here, because using a fork is way too light. Putting some a dash of Worcestershire sauce in.
Right.
It's more than a dash.
Adaire, this recipe is not going according to plan.
Well, you know what? Welcome to my world. And a dash of Vegeta.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't think that's going to bind in a month of Sundays.
You have my... Okay, so do you have some eggs to put in there?
No. I'm going to get my big boy out.
He's pulling out the big guns.
Let the big guns come out.
All right, so I've put in some of this chutney for a bit of sweetness. And now I'm going to get my hands in there and mix it up.
Now, tell you what, Adaire, I'll tell you what's probably really helped. You know, you said your lentils were really mushy.
Yes.
That's probably what's helped. I should have cooked my lentils more, maybe.
Well, I cooked mine for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, I think. When I saw you cook yours, I went, oh, gee, he's ahead of the pack, ahead of the game.
Right.
But you also soaked yours overnight, didn't you?
I did, yeah. It was just doing what I'm told on the packet. So just dry.
You read the instructions. That's not
Right.
something I just typical want to do.
It is unusual. It's one of the few times I do actually read the instructions is when I'm cooking.
Well, let that be a lesson to you.
Preparing. So I put half my mixture. I put in my killer Ninja. That is in the carousel, the Auto IQ Nutri Ninja blender system. This, as we know, does get a touch noisy, but hopefully won't take long. And my big prayer is that it will make it into a pliable pate kind of texture. Please God.
It will. It'll be perfect. Now, I didn't use a lemon. I'm hoping the stove is working okay. It's looking a little bit ordinary at the moment, but
Let's
go. So I'm using avocado oil.
Puree food. That sounds like a good one. Wow.
All right. So my producer's just wanting to say something. What was that? Do I need more gas? That'd be hilarious, isn't it? I'm good, I think. No, I think it's the stove. There's still gas there. And as you can see, it's not running properly. It's like sitting on the lean, but the boat just jumping back and forward anyway. It's not as bad as it was before. So I'll let that get a bit warmer. And I'm wondering about whether I could use... Have you ever used egg rings to shape the patties?
Oh, no. I was going to... Have I ever used egg rings to shape the patties? Adaire, I've never made a lentil patty in my life. So
That's
the answer is no. But I was just going to use my hands, washed, obviously. But now, look, it works. That mixture is now...
Oh, wow.
Oh, I tell you what, I love that.
And they look very similar too.
It's amazing, isn't it?
So says us with our surprised faces.
It does. That is unusual for us. Let's be honest. So it's
yeah, well, especially with like the chicken adobo.
Yes, yeah, that was yes, yeah. You just didn't brown your chicken. That was all. Yeah, so there we go.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything according to the.
There you go. So that's my
mixer
now. Looking good.
That looks good. That looks
nice.
Good.
So obviously you don't have an oven, Adaire. So
I do not have an oven, no.
So are we just going to be frying these patties off?
That's what I'm doing here. Frying the patties. I thought I'd see what one looks like in the egg ring.
All right.
I'm thinking I should have maybe put a bit more flour in because it's a little bit sticky, but we'll see how that goes. For
a minute there, I thought I was out of gas, which would be ironic considering that's your main worry.
That would be totally ironic.
But no,
All right, so now that could just fry while that's going.
Okay.
I'm going to.
Super Choi Choi started following me. Hi, Super Choi Choi. Thank you very much indeed. And if you're watching on Amazon, if you're watching on Facebook, do have a look at us on Amazon Live. You've got the carousel of the different things that we're using, and follow us, because then you'll see us on our next show as well. So we'll be here again next Tuesday. Tuesday at 10 a.m. UK time, 7 p.m. Australian time. I make my lunch, Adaire makes her dinner. And basically,
we're looking for ideas of what to make.
Yeah, we have this England Australia or Australia England cook-off. You choose which one you think is the better one, and let us know what you'd like us to cook. So we don't really want to tell people what we hate to cook, but have you got a food that you really don't like there?
Probably eggplant.
Oh, really? Or as we call that, that's aubergine in the UK, isn't it?
Aubergine. And then you've got courgette, which is our...
zucchini.
Zucchini.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you call coriander like normal people?
We do. We do. What do non-normal people call it?
They call it cilantro or cilantro, I think.
Oh, that's what that is it? I always wondered that.
Yeah. Oh, Christina's saying cook a medley of mushrooms.
Oh, I like that idea.
That sounds great. Mushrooms can be the main ingredient.
Yeah, I know. I do like a mushroom. I like a mushroom, and I like a medley as well. So that works on both.
So talk to me. What does a medley look like to you? Because to me, it's like a song with different.
Yeah, a medley. It's a tune. So we're going to have a finely tuned mushroom dish. Actually, I used to make mushroom pate quite a lot, which was very nice. It did involve
mushroom pate.
Yeah, it does involve a ton of butter. So, but actually, if you're on a keto diet, then that's what's not to love about that. For those that don't know, I've been on this keto diet since the 10th of May. Super easy to follow. Basically, just cut out the carbs. So that's bread, rice, pasta, and potatoes. So pretty much everything that I used to love to eat. But it was easier than I thought. And so you can still eat meat and vegetables. Vegetables are just delicious anyway. Lentil patties, that's a good example. This is good. So this is like low carb. I better put my patties on because I can see Adaire is racing ahead. I'll quickly wash my hands and switch over that comment from Christina, and then I'll be back. So go for it, Adaire. Tell us what you're doing.
Okay. Well, I'm attempting to turn these patties over so that they all go over in one piece, which is always a good sign. I've got a nice coloured one in the middle, but the heat isn't being distributed evenly. So at some point in the not too distant future, I may bring out a frying pan and use that for. Just pop that over a little bit further. That's right. You're good there, Mr. Producer. Don't panic. It doesn't distribute the heat evenly, so you can see that there are some here that are sort of not cooked properly, and these here are. But that's my little egg ring patty that turned out like really cool. That looks almost like it was meant to be like that. And now we've got these ones here that are not quite cooked. So
was that a smoke alarm I heard?
I know, that was, I think, just metal on metal. The saucepan, the fry pan on the, yeah. Okay, so what cooking oil are you using, Nick?
I've actually used I used ground nut oil today. In fact, on these pans, you don't really need any oil. They're super non-stick. I'm just going to do 3 for the moment. And
they look massive.
yeah, that's why I'm only going to do 3. They are very moist still.
Yes.
But that's okay. I just have to wash my hands again.
There we go. Now they're browning up a little bit more.
That's good. Right, so let me just... I'm going to squish these down, but I'm hoping they won't fall apart now. So they are breaking up a touch.
So Nick, when you did your school of cookery,
yeah,
did you teach that? What did they teach you about plating up?
they didn't really. There wasn't really something that was hugely covered, and it does go. I think it's a little bit. It's kind of fashionable, isn't it? So basically, one of the things that they do talk about is just don't overcrowd the plate. I think was one of the things we made a beautiful excuse me, we did a beautiful pan seared sea bass fillet with a summer ratatouille, which was, I mean, just to die for. But basically, you go for a little bit of height. So we had the ratatouille, not like a back in the 80s when I used to go to a pub, you'd have ratatouille as a side on a meal. It was wet and horrible and like a soup almost. But this was just lovely. It was all just fresh, and the vegetables hadn't been cooked massively, so it was all very light, just gently tossed. Yeah. That with the sea bass on the top was just beautiful. And then we had a pepper stuffed with couscous. So that's when I fell in love with couscous and really realised that actually you can put an awful lot of flavour into things that don't have any flavour. So it is pretty much what you make it, which is all good. Right,
it is. So I'd like to give a shout out to my daughter Jade, who all of these ingredients, and there is so many greens in here, everything: kale, spinach, rocket, there's fresh beans, there's even kaffir lime leaves just sliced up very, very thinly. Great big beautiful green salad that my daughter I picked fresh out of her garden yesterday. And I'm just going to get a little bit of colour for that. I'm just going to back over here. I'll get them. You can just pop the camera back and you can watch that cook. And I'll go over here and get some fresh tomatoes off the vine.
Oh, nice. So, yeah, that was going to be my next question. I've got 2 grapes left over, so I'm going to eat those, obviously, while I'm cooking. What are you going to serve your patties with, Adaire?
Yep, that green salad that I got out of my daughter's garden, raided her garden. And I have, let's give those few tomatoes here just for a bit of colour. I'll just pop that down here. So this is the thing is it's always a challenge for me to do the plating up so that it looks like it's supposed to be done like that, So this is one not that's done. So you go. There we are.
There you go.
I'll turn that off for now, and I'll cook the rest in a moment. But
yeah, I think we've called these patties. It's what we call caramelised.
Oh, they look nice.
Caramelised on the top.
They do.
They're on the verge of burnt, but
I think with the lentils, because you pre-cook them, they are. If you pre-cook them, they do cook very, very quickly. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is just put a glob of beetroot relishy roasted beetroot sort of stuff here. So this is stuff, roasted beetroot stuff.
Yeah, you can't.
So there you go.
The stuff. Oh wow!
There we are. So I will.
You've gone good on that. All right. So that you finished it there. Have you just quickly finished your patties so fast?
That's me done. That's me done. So.
All right. So it's just me playing catch up. Right. In that case, then let me quickly knock up a very quick salad.
You do that because I'm going to get a patty out and I'm going to give that to Nige.
Oh yes, your erstwhile producer.
There you go.
Tomatoes. User.
Hang on, let's see the taste test. All right, just hang on.
Yeah.
The taste test. Oh, it's hot.
Very nice.
Very good.
A real good bite to it.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm so glad you've got an independent taste tester today, Adaire.
Yeah, I know. It's an absolute delight to have a producer and a taste tester here, which is just I'm pretty honoured. So
yeah, that's cool.
So if you're over on Amazon, just pop in and say hi. I just feature some of the I've got a cookware set there if you're in the market for a cookware set, and then I've got some there's some chef knives, just little paring knives. I don't know what you use, Nick, but I don't have.
Yeah, I've got my famous Verstoff German knives. They are the best knives you can buy. They're gorgeous, absolutely fantastic.
They look really good. Are they the ones that you can hold on your finger and they'd be perfectly balanced? Not the sharp bit on your finger.
Yeah, it depends where you hold them. I mean, no is the answer, because you've got a heavy handle here and obviously a light blade there. So, but they are what is called ergonomically, whatever it's called, ergonomically balanced.
Designed, balanced, yeah.
And they sharpen up beautifully. This is in the carousel, guys, on my page. So you've got the diamond sharpener, and yeah, they are great, sharp as a sixpence. And that's the thing, is that you you don't sharpen your knives long. You know, you every now and again you do quick short sharpens as opposed to one long one. And as we all know, you're much more likely to cut yourself with a blunt knife than with a sharp one.
A sharp knife, yes.
Because you'll be hacking. So.
No, that's a very, very good point. Yes.
Although the man at the Le Manoir at the cookery school, he might disagree.
He may well. He's probably gone off and had another career in something that doesn't involve sharp instruments.
I think if he wasn't put off that day, I think he certainly would have been by the night. So yeah, I'm just mixing a little bit of cucumber. Sorry, looks the same.
Yeah.
A little cucumber, a little bit of tomato, a little bit of basil, and a little bit of mint. That's what I'm going to go for.
Nice.
That's my medley, Katrina. That'll be my.
Oh, I could have put some mint in there as well.
Things. Well, basically, I meant to put it in the patty, but I forgot.
Do you want to spin the camera around? We just got to come over here to this mess over here, and you can see here that we've got. It's really going gangbusters.
Wow, that looks good.
So this is the coriander that's gone to seed here, and the mint. Mint just goes nuts anywhere.
Oh,
and then there's some more coriander here, and there's the basil there, and I've actually grown a cabbage too. Would you believe? I've been using the cabbage leaves, but cabbage there, and then there's a whole heap of rocket and different salad lettuces behind there. And then over the other side, we've got the tomato and the garlic chives, and I've also got some more parsley and the other coriander. But like you said, I find that the coriander just struggles a little bit. So, yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does. I struggle with it. Right, now, for ease of use and time, I'm just going to slice these up.
Yeah.
So this is the mint and basil.
Not using the processor this time?
No, this is just a nice...
I'm going to surprise you one day, Nick, and I'm going to pull out my processor and I'm going to just go, boom, there it is.
Yeah, you'd think I've done it a little bit quicker with the processor, but alas, no. Right, so as we talked about plating. There we go. So I'm going to have a little layer of cucumber, some tomato.
That's so cute.
Let's pop them in there. Yeah, have our little mint and basil dobby going in there. Let's try and pick out the patty.
Oh, you might want to know about one.
Not that one, it broke.
Oh, when we used to cry when our biscuits would break when we were kids, our mum would go, it's going to be, here Christina's going, they still look good. And she's going to say, go Adaire, woo. So when our biscuits would break and Mum would say, like, you got two now, and you, my biscuits.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I mean, she'd go, well, it's going to be more broken than that in your stomach. So
it is. There you go. So we do a little bit of a chefy olive oil drizzle, trying to pull out.
Oh, there we go.
Trying to pull out all the stops now to make it look even remotely tasty. And of course, finishing it off with a little bit of Melissa's chilies. Which are lovely, little sweet chilies. That'll be plenty of that. Yeah, and I think I'm pretty much done there. So let me just... I won't show you behind the camera. But yeah, so let's
behind the scenes it's always
move it there. And so this is
there's a medley of sins behind the camera.
I know. I can do this, Stephen, if you're watching. This is where I need that stand we talked about yesterday, so that the phone
like a gooseneck
down
type thing.
So there you go. There's the patty.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. Wow, that is awesome.
So the taste, I guess.
That is awesome.
I guess we've got to taste it now. So Nigel loved it.
Nigel loves it. He's going yum yum. Beautiful. And I'm going to get one of these out of the. Want some salt on it? Ooh. Challenge is on. Nigel wants to know if you've ever made a poke bowl.
A poke bowl? No, what's that? Is that for like a?
It's a Hawaiian dish, and it's made. It's predominantly raw, fresh food, and it's layered, which is it is just a medley of flavors in your mouth. Like, it is amazing. Maybe I could invite Nige back and he can have a poke bowl cook off with you, because he makes the best poke bowls. He's laughing now. He's going.
Go for it. Now, I'll be honest. I did make a bit of an error.
So where do you think the error was?
I said I cooked the lentils with cardamom and clove and the vegetable stock. I probably should have taken it out. I should have taken them out of the lentils.
Good idea. Next time you get a mouthful of cardamom, that's very, very strong.
I was trying to think, what on earth did I put in there? And there was a little bit of clove and cardamom. I'll tell you what.
Okay.
I don't think we need. I don't think we need a vote today. That is definitely yours there.
All right, I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take it wherever I can get it. Thank you, Nick. I'd have to say the two witches pineapple and chili chutney. I can really taste that, and that's got that really nice, just that tang in the back. You know, because the grapes gave me the idea of popping that in, and I think that's what really made it a winner. So I'm going to be ordering some more of that as well. I'll get Alison to put it on Amazon so we can order it through Amazon. How's that?
Sounds good to me. Bev, thanks for watching on Amazon. Looks so delicious. It looks delicious. It might have flattered to deceive, I think the phrase is.
It's the way you played it up. No, mine actually is delicious. Just saying. Yeah. Nigel's nodding. Hashtag nodding. But Nigel also knows which side his bread's buttered. It's a long walk home when you're on a boat.
Yeah. When you get a mouthful which hasn't got the clove and the cardamom, it is actually quite pleasant because you can actually taste the carrot and the grape and the onion. But whoopsie. So, guys,
well, it's nice.
Yeah, we haven't got it in the comments as to tell us what you want us to make next week, because we're back again. Hopefully, with any luck, will Nige be producing you again, Adaire, next week?
Well, I'm thinking if poke bowls are go, like something with mushrooms, but if poke bowls are the go, I reckon I might throw Nige in front of me and I'll produce.
Cool. Hey, I'm up for it.
No, I just go. Hang on, I've got to find him a paper bag. He's about to go over there tonight.
No,
yeah.
That's okay, Nige. I've never made a poke bowl, so we can go for it. What the hell? And also maybe I can have a little side order of a medley of mushrooms.
Medley of mushrooms and the poke bowl. So let's work the kinks out of that during the week, and we'll see how we go. How's that?
That sounds good to me. Sounds good. Now, are you on Amazon any more times this week, Adaire?
I do have a show coming up on Thursday morning at 9:30 a.m., which is that's Australian Central Eastern Time, and that's the author series, and we're in the last of the F Motherhood author series. So I'm handing it over. It's a takeover with the producer, the publisher. She's interviewing the last of the authors in this multi-author series, and then she'll be taking on, so each Thursday at 9:30 a.m. she will be interviewing on my time. So I'll be in the background, and I might just stick my head in every now and then. But that's what's coming up this week. And then we've got some more things coming up where I'm connecting with people that I know personally who have written books. And I'd love to get my friend Liz on, who's written 2 children's books, which are absolutely delightful. So she's been on before on Amazon. And last time we had some technical issues where people couldn't download the books. But we are, we're as soon as those bugs and all those kinks are ironed out, we'll be able to have her back as well. So coming up, there's some good stuff planned. And what about you? You're going to be up and doing your Keto Nick show?
Yeah, we got the Keto Nick show on Thursday. That's midday in the UK. So obviously be cooking keto things. Not quite sure what I'm going to be cooking this week. But whatever it is, it will be delicious and it will be tried and tested as opposed to these patties. I know. I think one show a week should actually be a proper recipe that works.
As opposed to, I think we can go. We can teach people how to fix failures though.
Exactly. Exactly. And everything looks better with a little bit, as we say, everything looks better when you put a little bit of herbs with it, a little bit of salad. Then it looks good.
Cover it with relish.
That's on 12 noon on on Thursday, which is what's that in? Not quite sure what that is in Australia now. What would that be?
So if it's, what's the time there now? It must be
11:11.
10 o'clock.
11.
11:11. Well, it's 8. It's 8:11 here, so it'll be 9 o'clock.
Cool. Oh, fantastic.
9 o'clock. 9 p.m. in the Eastern Standard Time in Australia. So
Fantastic.
if you're around and you're 9 p.m. is not too late to catch a keto cooking show, and it's been a topic of interest for me, so I'll tune in.
Yeah, and if you're watching in the States, I think that's 5 o'clock in the morning. No, 7 o'clock in the morning, isn't it? Eastern time in the States.
Well, that's respectable as well.
So that's not so bad. And hi to River Brown watching on Amazon. Good morning. Obviously, you're stateside there, so I'm guessing. Hope you enjoyed the show. Please do follow us when you're watching on Amazon. That way, you'll get notification when we're next up. So you'll be able to catch Adaire's next show. You'll be able to catch my next show on Thursday. Then I'm again on Monday with Stephen Healy. We have our live stream production show as well, which is going really well. So 3 shows from me a week at the moment, and I'm thinking of popping one about authors and Amazon dropshippers. I think would be good as well.
Always so much fun.
It's fun to live stream, as you know. We have a blast live streaming. We enjoy live streaming. We help our different social media. We've now gone on to Amazon, because we're Amazon live stream influencers, where we can help so many more people who are selling their things on Amazon actually get seen and actually make some chunky money. So that's it's our gift, effectively, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
That's it. So Adaire, any final words before we sign off and I eat my rather disappointing patties?
Well, I'm going to go finish cooking up mine, because I think Nigel's just about inhaled that plate that I gave to him before. He normally eats a lot earlier, and he said, "No, I'll wait." So bless you, Nigel. You're a darling. And I'm looking forward to catching up next week. And it's always fun with you, Nick. And I'm hoping that it's going to continue. It will continue to be fun, and I look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday, live and talking to you. And then we'll see you online during the week.
Oh, fantastic, Adaire. I say thank you. It's always a pleasure cooking with you. We have a blast. I know, guys that watch the show, I know you have a blast as well. Really appreciate all your comments. And as I say, always, if you've got any questions, leave us a comment. We'll always answer them. And if you can think of anything that you actually want us to cook, which we think would be quite amusing, then do let us know, and we will do our best for it.
Can I just say that it's funny that you think that the criteria is amusing rather than tasty.
I'm still smarting from my patties this morning. It's like,
Oh dear, no, it's
one of
all
those
good.
things I now know that I will, because I've got some mixture left over, so I'm going to be going through that mixture with a fine tooth comb to remove the cardamom and the cloves. Then I'll blitz it up again, and what I'll do, and actually, all joking aside, I'll blitz it up again, make sure the recipe really works, that it doesn't break up in the pan, and then when I post, if you want the recipe, if you're watching, you want the recipe, then I'll create a PDF with the recipe on it, knowing that it's actually a recipe that will work. And it's vegan, which is also pretty cool, even though I'm not a vegan, but it's always nice to have vegan food that tastes nice.
Absolutely. Thanks, Nick.
Cool, brilliant. Well, listen, until next week, Adaire, thank you so much. I'm going to finish the streams. Great seeing everyone on Amazon, and great seeing everybody on Facebook, and YouTube. And until next time, stay safe, everybody.
Bye. Can you just